Okay, so as promised, well, promised to myself, that is, I have did my research on RAM, which means I had to look at the final kind of RAM I had, and then go out to see if I could get it from Best Buy or if I had to order it off of Amazon. So I was able to get some off of Best Buy, and now I am now at 64 gigs of RAM. Okay, which we were seeing here. I think I showed you this. Can't remember, but we're gonna show you anyway. We were looking at one channel RAM at 3,000 megahertz, one stick of 16 gigs. Okay, and now we're looking at which looks like it's only 2,000, but we have DD5R, damn it, DDR5, 64 gigabytes. Okay, two at 32 bits, meaning that I'm using two channels. Okay, but I'm using each channel at 32 bits, 32 gigabits, and I'm using 32 gigabytes of size. I'm not sure why that says 32 bits. Okay, because I'm sure it's a lot more than that. But nonetheless, we're using two channels, meaning that I am using four 16 gig RAM. I was trying to get two 32 bits, but they only have one in stock, so I couldn't get that. Technically, I could have and dealt with the 32 until I had to upgrade later on, but I was like, no, I was for now, and I'll just go ahead and get 32 bits, 32 DIMMs if I need them later on. But nonetheless, that solves my problem with running VMs, okay? Because as I go to my task manager here, come on, and take a look at my memory, you can see that I am using, I have 64 gigs and I'm only using, now I'm using 13, okay, gigs, which before I was using 11. Okay, no VMs are running, and that tells you, okay, if I'm installing, so if I have one stick, one DIMM, that's 16 gigs, and Windows is only seeing it as 15 gigs, meaning that the other gig is allocated for something else, and Windows is running at 11 gigs of memory idled, okay, that shows you that the operating system was smart enough to reallocate memory to other things, okay, because of the fact that now that I have more than 11 gigs, it's using 13 gigabytes for idle, okay, all right, I like that, all right, I like that a lot because it was showing you that I was pretty much, I needed more memory regardless, okay, the operating system throttled down 2 gigs of memory so it can run on 11 gigs, okay, all right, based on the fact that I only had 15 gigs. So 11 gigs only have 4 left. That means operation memory, it needs it. It needs to allocate it for running programs, okay, because I can't imagine when I'm playing Doom External, you know, how much RAM I have. I can guarantee you none. Okay, but now, all right, here's my memory consumption, which is a lot better. Okay, now I'm going to run all these VMs. Okay, just test about. Okay, and we're going to watch this climb. Now, of course, the RAM is going to be utilized a lot more as it boots, okay, but that's the concept. Do we have enough RAM to even boot my 4 PCs? Okay, because right now I'm up to 26, maybe even hitting 30. It's still climbing, okay. All right, but still, even though I'm using 30, I still got 32 gigs left, okay. So, alright, so here's the thing. Now, what I have done is I'm not using a separate server, Okay, what I am doing, okay, now that my CPU is like maxed out, okay, uh, you know, but that should die down. None. So what I have done is given me a temporary solution, okay, where I can. Where are you? There we go. There we go. Each one of these are running 4 gigs each. Okay, now with Windows 11, I mean, think about it. My PC is running 11 gigs on idle. Obviously that's because I got things running in the background, stuff like that, which I have not deleted, or I could have deleted. Who knows? Okay, when I have that's why I have like having extra RAM, because I don't want to have to be monitoring that. I like to be able to turn my PC on and go. All right, so let's get back over here. We gotta change these PCs' names now, which I guess I'll just do that right now. All right, so this is another game changer within the same day of me getting quad COM ports. Okay, because give me 1 second. What I am doing is I'm utilizing the spare hard drive space that I have now for my VMs. Okay, which that's next. That's going to be my final aspect. Okay, it delays me to have to be spending thousands of dollars on RAM and hard drives for my 2 servers to get those up and running. Okay, which I'm going to get to. All right, and allows me to have a temporary solution for me to be able to, continue on with studying, as far as going back over the basics, teaching you guys, and also gearing up for my security plus exam. What is this? No, I don't want that crap. Okay, so let's yoink. Come on, yo. Now the cool thing about this is I don't have to do it via a tab, which tabbing Windows is fucking great. I could actually have them in separate windows and move them around the desktop. Now, right now I'm using a 32-inch monitor, okay, which doesn't really give me that much speed. I mean, it's space. As far as desktop is concerned, unless I lower the percentage for the desktop, making everything smaller, but making it hard for you to see when I record. Okay, same thing as having a 49-inch curved monitor. Man, from my perspective, it's wonderful. Man, I got space for days, and it is so much more efficient to have that much space. Watching movies on it, I got a lot of black space to deal with, but at the same time, recording it from your perspective for you to watch it really isn't that much fun, because everything is smaller and the resolution is more narrower from a top to bottom perspective. But me moving windows around, a bunch of windows around, doesn't really mean that you get the full vision of what I'm seeing. From my perspective, it's fantastic. All right, so this will be, rename this PC. Come on. Okay, PC3. Or should I say PC3? So buying this PC off of Walmart for $800 price tag, it's beyond one of the best products that I have purchased for a concept of bang for the buck. And of course, because it's a PC and not a laptop, okay, I get to do things like this, like adding 4 COM ports and adding RAM so I can run my VMs. Okay, that's the beauty of a desktop. Okay, which, you know, technically I can say screw it and you know, put a different operating system on here, bare metal, if I want to. Okay, like Linux, and you know, do whatever I want with it, especially with 64 gigs of RAM. Now, 32 gigs of RAM is minimal for me, so having 16, okay, when I purchased this item, was not something that I was happy about. But then again, okay, definitely patient with, and I'm okay with that. All right, so now as we go back to our resources here, we can see here now, even by shutting down, we're still at 32. So what I'm noticing is this: we're gonna go from 13 gigs to 30 gigs. Okay, now remember, an operating system is only going to use the memory that it needs to. Okay, I can set all these VMs to 32 gigs, okay, which will be way double the memory that I have, but it's never going to get to 32 gigs each. All right. However, having 4 gigabytes, okay, for each Windows 10 machine, I think it's, you know, minimally necessary in order for me to click and have things respond in an okay fashion. All right, and I'm not kidding. All right, so as you see, my CPU is dropping a little bit between 99 and 90, which is much better than 100%. My SSD drive is slowly getting back to par. Okay, but my disk 1, which is drive D, is where my VMs are sitting, and that's why it's going, you know, nuts. All right, and that's why I'm probably going to have another SSD card installed. Okay, either going to 4 terabytes what I have now, or, you know, going to 4 terabytes and just taking, I think 2 terabytes. I don't know what I have, 1 or 2. Doesn't really matter. Just having my games on there, it's eating up all my damn hard disk space. Okay, and just use that as VMs. So we're getting there, guys. Okay, don't forget now, with my 4 VMs. Okay, I will be able to bridge those VMs, okay, to an actual network card, because I got 4 USB network cards. Okay, and we're going to install those at one point and rename them while in the network center. You know, PC1, PC2, PC3, so I could actually bridge those to where I want to bridge. And now when I plug things into my switches in my lab, okay, PC NIC 1 goes to PC 1 of my VM, and on that VM alone. Meaning now there's a VM sitting in VMware that is binded and bridged to a physical network card, okay, with a physical cable going to a physical port of my switch, and now that's a game changer as well, because now, okay, I can set up real labs without worrying about virtualization. I want to talk to you about something, which we're going to talk about in the next video. For right now, I'm going to end this one, and I will see you guys on the next one.